Hey guys, it's GirlGotGame and welcome back to the letter. We're continuing our solo death run with Hana this time. Cut. So by now y'all know the drill. I'm gonna be skipping on through, picking choices and so forth until something changes for you guys. Alright, I'll see you soon. Apparently I've got some new inner thoughts. I'm in Becca's chapter. I decided to go with Luke and Kylie to the cafe, and I basically told Luke he doesn't know what he has no right to tell me that I have a unhealthy obsession with Ashton Prey. So what was before this? Can't give Luke a response. He's aware of that and it shows in his face when his lips form a lopsided smirk. So, are you gonna lash out on the poor woman or men who happen to catch your man's attention? Got it. How can I when I've had my suspicions all along? One that rears its ugly head every time I simply see the two of them in the same room.
Oh, I hit a nerve, didn't I?
That's none of your business.
Got her.
It's true, though. The poor bloke doesn't have any obligation to return your precious feelings. Nor can you force him to. That wouldn't be right.
If you're just going to mock me, we might as well sew your bloody mouth shut this instant.
Now, no need to get violent. But come on, 20 years? Gordon, Bennett, if nothing's happening past that mark, you might as well consider your options, woman. Even I wouldn't last that long.
Stop it.
One of these days, I'd like to meet the guy and share a few drinks with him, just to give the poor bloke a break from you. And probably see how dense he really is.
Very.
I mean, a lovely woman like you chasing after him, and he doesn't give a shite? That's new. It'll be on me, don't worry.
I said stop it! I don't want to hear a word of it anymore!
Okay, we might be back. Yes, okay. So it's just a little bit there that changed, I guess. Anyway, my skipping stopped for that thing, so there you go. Back into skipping I go. Brrr.
Oh, I do. She needs to grow up. She's not the only one stuck in this.
Alright. Well, we've got some more new stuff. I am in Ashton's chapter now, and I decided to side with Becca instead of Bella. I know. Who am I as a person? But apparently that unlocked something different. So what happened here? Isabella's frustrating. And she does mean it, because she's not the only one stuck in this.
But you really didn't have to say it like that, you know.
Oof. It's no excuse for her to say those things, though, and my disapproval must be clear enough on my face. When she glances back at me, her exhaustion immediately shifts back to annoyance, her mouth curving down to a tight frown.
How am I supposed to answer her then? Do I just let her go there and do what she wants? I know you won't be too happy if I did that.
Yeah, I won't. This isn't about what I think, though.
I might be back.
That's a low blow, Rebecca. Even for you.
Oh, what happened there? Oh, okay. This is still new, apparently.
We all know she wasn't even planning on staying here this long. There was no need to bring it up if all you wanted to do was stop her.
Even my students can do better than her.
Ouch.
Becca, she'll listen if you'll just ask her properly. You mean well. You always do. And you do have a point. I agree with you. But maybe you should also be a little more careful with your words next time.
Ooh.
Think about it for a while.
Think about it. A minute passes. Her mouth opens briefly, and I assume she's about to argue the issue further, but she'll let me skip? Nope. Maybe take out her anger on me, like she has often done so in the past when fuming. But eventually, she simply nods, breathes out, and relaxes her rigid posture. A rare occurrence when she almost always has something on her mind. I wonder if this is because the relationship between Becca and Bella is bad. I did that intentionally, just to see if anything would change. Maybe this is it. It's one thing to know of change. Watching it skip out? Yay, I can skip. Okay, and I think this will be new. I don't think I've picked this when everyone was alive before, so this should be a new thing.
You don't need to worry about it.
Okay, so that's a negatory. Eh? Yeah, okay, this is new. Huzzah. A sigh and a lie. That's all I can offer, and hopefully this will be the last time I need to do so. That doesn't make me feel any less awful about this, though. It's worse when you know she's asking only because she's worried. Sure, I can tell her, but what good would it do? I've already told Zach. One person is enough. Hell, simply letting someone in on the plan makes me iffy. Broadening that circle and revealing too much would just cause another pointless concern. Okay, are we back? Nope. But someone has to be aware, at least, of where I'm heading off to in case things don't pan out. Expect the worst, even if I've only intended to do a quick survey of the place. In my own words, risky. Rebecca doesn't need to know the kind of danger I might be throwing myself in tonight. She should prioritize herself and her own safety first before others. But it's never that easy with her, isn't it?
Ashton, if this has something to do with that letter and that bloody curse, I think this concerns me as well. Every one of us, in fact. I'm not asking for a thesis of whatever's going on inside that head of yours.
Thank goodness.
But it'd be really nice to be informed, for once, this time.
Rebecca, I'm not...
What's keeping you from saying anything now? This isn't a case anymore. You don't even have to worry about red tape or bureaucracy or everything you've been complaining about before. Those things don't matter now. If you want this thing to work, if we're going to even live through this, you need to stop keeping people in the dark, Ash.
A thick, awkward silence hangs in the air. There are thoughts, stuff I want to say, but the words won't form, simply because uttering them is an admission. It's not even the red tape, or the associated politics, or my work that's the problem here. It's me. I've messed up. I've messed up a lot. But my friends are not supposed to be the ones taking the repercussions of my mistakes. Those are of my own doing, of my own responsibility. A fear, a heavy weight on my shoulders that Rebecca won't be able to grasp even with her concerns. Because all this time, she still looks to me as if I'm the same kid from years ago, who she depended on when she has yet to find herself, who she turned to for answers despite my lack of them. It makes me all the more afraid to fuck up this time. And in case I do, she's the last person I want to be with me. Getting her into trouble? Getting her killed is not how I want to repay the friendship she has so generously offered after all these years. It's best that I simply leave things like this for now. Okay. Bella? Oh. And for a moment, Rebecca appears as if she's about to protest. But shortly, Isabella comes into view, clutching her hands firmly in front of her and sporting the same uncertainty in her face. Becca looks so pissed. She casts me a cursory look, then shifts a nervous one to Rebecca, who studies her with a curious gleam in her eyes. Yes, not a death glare at all. Their fights never did last long.
Becca, are you free? Am I interrupting something? If it's okay, can we talk?
Her interruption could not have come sooner, and I'm all the more glad for it. Whatever kind of friendship I share with the two, this remains something for only the two of them, much like my own with Zach. I'm the outsider. They don't need me here. It's all the reason I need. It's not because there's gonna be another murder. I'm just gonna get out of here. After a few stern words for Isabella, Ashton was left alone with Rebecca. Despite his agreement with Isabella's idea, she knew he had a plan in mind, something he refused to divulge to Rebecca's irritation. When all was said and done, the woman strictly reminded him to stop keeping them in the dark. Ashton Frey. Gosh. Alright. I'm just curious. Okay. So, there was no smoochy smooch. I wonder if she can... It wasn't very long. So I feel like she didn't say, hey, I used to love you, blah blah blah. I think she was outright rejected. Potentially. But who knows. Alright. Bella should be coming in to save our boy. Yep, there she is. And is there any smooching with you two? No. I think that was the maybe later ending for the two of them. So I'm like, alright, I'll take that. I didn't max out their affection bar at all, so that is fine. Okay, I need to beg you to listen. And actually, I think I can bring you guys in later when I've skipped ahead. There's not really going to be that much different until the very end, potentially, so yeah. She was unable to return his feelings, but they're still kind of cute. Alright, I'll bring you in a second, guys. And apparently the second is now. I didn't even have to fade out because this is different already? At the top of the staircase... Oh, right, because Ashton's alive while Hana's dead. He's usually dying when this happens. Ah, I understand. At the top of the staircase, Hana Wright stands, pale as death, an expression eerily calm. A cold chill runs up my spine at the sight. The woman just lingers there, a poor mimicry of life, a chilling smile on her face. Without a doubt, it's her.
Hana? You're not supposed to be here.
Oh, Luke, darling, my love. You look so upset. Are you not happy to see me?
Outside, another streak of lightning flashes and a clap of thunder ripples across the sky, as if this whole thing can't get any more foobar than it already is. Okay, there we go. Now we're into Luke's chapter. This will take a little while, so I will actually skip ahead now. Okay, see you in a second, guys. Alright, we are back, guys. Just gonna clear out all these messy journal entries. And we're back to the ghost at the top of the stairs, morphing back into her maid outfit, I was gonna say? Maid form? However you want to put it. So nothing changed in Luke's chapter, for obvious reasons. Luke kind of exists outside of time. So let's catch up with our main crew now. Hana's body shudders and shakes as if she's about to have a seizure, until her visage ripples and changes. Golden yellow hair is slowly stained with inky black, and her face melts into that of the woman, the maid from before, with a menacing expression on her face. Along with it is the shifting of the very ground we stand on. It's a slow thing, a whisper more than a bang as the darkness creeps into every corner of the room. The walls shudder and groan, blood runs from the ceiling, crawls down the walls, and stains the floor. It feels as if life itself is being sucked from the house slowly but surely. The beauty of the place is gone, with only the dead, decaying remains of a mansion left in its wake. I don't have to wonder if it is just the foyer that's become this nightmarish place. I can already hear it. Gone are the growling of thunder and the lashings of rain and wind against the foyer's high windows. All of it has been replaced by a more grating sound. A cacophony of voices from nowhere and everywhere echoing throughout the now horrid walls. Voice that neither belongs to us nor the people who live here.
What's going on?
Help! Please!
All throughout the house, shouts of alarm and surprise ring out, a mirror to the horror creeping up in each of us. Who wouldn't be shocked? This is insane. Even Daisy, feisty woman that she is, trembles at the sight of it, clinging desperately to Lily, while Steel and Feather stand protectively in front of the two. Brave of them, I have to admit, to put themselves in the front line like that. Though it doesn't necessarily mean they don't feel the same fear as the rest of us. Something I don't blame them for. There seems to be no end in sight to this insanity. If anything, this only feels like it's the beginning of the end.
Help me! Oh my god! Please, somebody! Anybody! Who are you?
Stay away!
No. Stay away! Stay away!
We would have been so beautiful.
That's funny. Usually Hana's is echoed when we get these flashback things, but when it's only her, now it's not echoed. My game is so borked. Their screams fill the mansion. She laughs all the while, a harsh, agonizing sound that goes on for what feels like forever. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to skip, but I'm gonna try.
Remember the blood you shed. The very same one that now taints this house, along with many others.
I did not do this, you lie! I did nothing!
What of her then? Your wife, your sunshine. Doesn't her blood already stain these halls?
I hope it's just 5 people looking back at Luke with that shaded eyes, disgusted look. Like, ooh.
Stain your hands.
Then, Hana's really?
We got 3 anyway.
You're the one who... You killed her. Your own wife!
Ah!
Damn it, right. I knew you were dirty, but
She's lying!
There it is, the ugh. The words sound so familiar. Just a few days ago, I've spouted the same ones at that vile woman who ruined everything. If it weren't for that munter, that harlot. But it's no use. A seed has already been planted in their heads. Defending myself, especially against the likes of them, is pointless. Bloody hell, even Daisy's now looking at me with the same revolting stares people have given me once they know of my dirt.
So it's true then? With Hana? Hana, Luke?
I don't know what she's talking about. Are you that gullible, Daisy? Do you really believe the words of a murderer?
Now you deny it. Pointing fingers, aren't we? You see, my love. No difference. No difference, you and I. Just like the rest of us. Just like every single soul in this putrid wreck. We've waited for so long. You can hear them, yes? Their pleas, their calls, their invitation. Come, my lord. The house seeks its master.
Alright. Now? There's nothing for me here. Not anymore. Nothing to keep tied to this place. With Hana gone, Shroken likely taken by this woman as well, nothing's left to bind me to this wretched city. I can leave. I can... slip. Alright. So now we found ourselves in the study again. Who knows what they'll do to me, now that they know what I've done. There's only 6 of us in this room, 4 of them friends at that. Though Mint has already gone loon, crouched in a corner and muttering to herself, you can't really say anyone's safe from her. If anything, she's the one I should watch out for. I cannot trust these people not to turn on me. I cannot trust anyone. Not anymore. Not after this. Despite the pleading looks Lily shoots my way while they all huddle in the corner behind Steel and Feathers. But I have to remind myself that even people like her are capable of doing the unpleasant. She's only human after all. It's never an excuse. Why, even Hana has her cunning, manipulative moments, though she does it much subtler than I. Why else would Lily show this letter to us that day if not to save herself? I guess that backfired on her now that she and her own friends are also stuck here. Still, I have every right to be livid. Everything. Everything that I've built has fallen apart. All because these people came into our lives.
You! All of you! This is all your fault! If I've died to this bloody case, I'm taking you all down with me!
Hey now, Mr. Wright. I know the situation ain't good, but we have to calm down. We're all in the same boat here.
You shut your mouth! If it weren't for you, or this letter, for all of you, none of this would have happened! Hana would still be...
Suddenly, Daisy steps up and slaps the knife away from my hand. Nice.
Don't you dare, Luke! Don't you dare put that blame on us!
Without batting an eye, glaring at me as if she might just rip my head off in this instant. Said knife slides uselessly under the table out of my reach. I should have expected she's not the kind to submit even under threat. Right now, all of us appear smaller, facing her anger.
Last I checked, we're not the one whose hands have been stained with his wife's own blood!
And what about your friend over there? Are you saying she is responsible for this mess? For the lives this sorting letter took? Dragging other people into her own problems just so she could save her little sorry self? You think I haven't seen that before?
Funny thing is, Becca would probably agree with you.
Getting real tired of your double standards, Daisy!
You know this curse is an entirely different issue, Luke. Because, knowing you, I don't doubt that even without that blasted letter, you would have eventually...
Rebecca, stop! All of you stop this!
To hear Lily speak out loud, I can't say I'm not surprised. She has always given me the impression of someone so meek from the moment I've met her, either from her inexperience or her station in life. She has never struck me as someone fitting to be a real estate agent. If anything, that meltdown she had during the open house had only proven my assumptions. Until now. Quietly, she puts herself between me and Daisy, cutting whatever scathing words we've yet to hurl at the other. The way she glares at me, it reminds me a little of the way my own mum would look at me. Particularly when I've done something wrong. And it's not a stare she's unused to showing. She has done this before, probably to a younger sibling. Huh. If she only sees us now as a pair of squabbling kids and not two mature adults, well, that's only to be expected. No doubt that's how she sees us. For a long moment, there's only silence in the room. Steel, the big oaf, doesn't even dare break it. Neither does Feathers. With both merely watching us. Bunch of wimps, these men. Not that it matters when Lily starts speaking again, after some of the anger and tension has lifted from the room.
Stop this, please! With or without that damn piece of paper,
A deep breath. An exhale. And then she closes her eyes, a crease forming between her eyebrows while she grips her hand tightly in front of her.
We still would have ended up in this mess.
The atmosphere that descends into the room right after that admission is anything but pleasant. Can I call it that? An admission? It seems like it from the way her eyes nervously flick between her friends and I. She appears to know more than she lets on, and how she makes herself appear smaller after dropping that bomb on us doesn't sit quite well with me. And patience is something I don't have the luxury of having right now and bestowing upon other people. What else does this girl know? What else is she not telling us? Because from the looks of this, even her friends has no idea what she's talking about. Unwilling to wait, I grab her arm before she retreats without explanation, waving the letter still in my hand in front of her.
Ow! Sir, you're hurting me!
Hey, hands off her, right?
Fuck off, Feathers. I have questions for your friend, and she better have the answers.
Luke, will you stop taking it out on every single person?
Your friend is hiding something, Daisy.
She struggles for a moment, but my hold eventually forces her to look up at me. Fear and uncertainty spreads across her features, especially when her eyes land on the damned paper. As much as I want to be considerate right now, I want answers.
What do you mean, Lily?
I'm not sure about it.
Don't give me that, you know something!
Ow! Please, sir. I know the paper's useless, okay?
At the mention of the letter, all of a sudden, Mint stands. I've almost forgotten she's here, her ramblings having faded away in the shouting. Without warning, she snatches the paper out of my hand. It's a miracle it didn't rip right there and there, but the way she glares at it, I think she may want to do exactly that.
We should have gotten rid of this thing! We should have burned it at the first opportunity we got!
No, even if we rip it to shreds, it won't do anything. I think...
You don't know what I've seen, Santos. There were children! Victims! All because they had no idea what this thing will do to them! Oh God, those poor souls! They were screaming and begging before she...
Then what about those people they mentioned in the news lately? All those who died? My coworkers? The open house clients? None of them had seen it. Even Rose. And yet they're all dead. I should know. That letter has been with me since I picked it up. And I swear I didn't make copies of this thing. Even if I wanted to save myself, I wouldn't do that to my friends. Or anyone.
Is that what the trip to BRC was for?
Yes, I'm sorry. I couldn't tell you guys until I was certain. None of you believed me the first time. I had to find proof.
And yet we're all here! Are you taking me for a fool, Lily?
I have to go with whiskey on this. Who knows how many has already seen this before you found it? This cursed thing has to go!
We would have ended up here either way. Maybe? I really don't know. Sir, please. All I know is that paper isn't the reason why all of this is happening. There's something else that...
This place.
Steele has been quiet this entire time, but the sound of him talking, however whispered it is, still manages to catch us all off guard. We all pause, turning to him with likely the same questions in our eyes.
What?
Oh, I just thought... I mean, it's a straight thought. Don't take my word for it.
Okay, I wonder if this is because I remember this conversation, and it was different. Like, Zach had concrete evidence from the professor, but I didn't talk to the professor with Zach this time.
No, it might be something. What about this place, Zach?
There's still a moment where he hesitates, but Lily's urging eventually spurs him into speaking.
I was just thinking, maybe Ash is right for why he went here. This is where Bella found that thing, right? And then this.
It was just a hunch, Zach. We were not getting anywhere. But just because we went here doesn't mean we will find all the answers we need here. Hell, now we're stuck here.
Regardless, Steele pauses, allows Lily to remember. Soon enough, whatever it is dawns on her, and her face lights up with something like hope? Of all things, in this nightmare, hope? Her head snaps up and she reaches for Steele's arm to give it a squeeze. A reassurance? Or a confirmation? The meaning is lost even to Daisy, who glances at them baffled.
Belle, what are you...
Becca, it's this place. Think about it.
What? You mean, like, burn this place down?
I still think we should get rid of this letter before we start thinking of destroying a place with some historical value.
What? And no? We are not burning a multi-million-pound mansion, you peasants! I just spent a fortune on this! Bloody fucking hell! Not only do I have trespassers on my property, but they're also arsonists!
I wonder if I get a choice this time. How dare they suggest something like that? Bloody peasants! My head's already aching just listening to them. To think this is all the solution they can come up with. I should have just stabbed all of them and made a run for it. It doesn't help that with each second we spend talking here, the crazier this whole place gets. The voices have become louder and somehow sounding more vicious. If the things in this room start floating, mark my words, I will fucking flip out. Just as soon as I finish looking at my journal entry. It'll happen. It's gonna happen. Okay. And they may not be thinking of it right now, but eventually, they'll turn on me. Such is the nature of humans. Better find a way out of this place as soon as possible if I want to stay alive. Fuck, I still have so much to do. None of our choices seem sound, but who knows? We don't understand a shite about this place. Might as well try everything, yeah? Whatever works. If I also have to be the one to make that bloody decision, so be it. Less room for errors with the only sane one doing the thinking. On the off chance I'm wrong, well, they suggested it. Ah, I do. Okay, well, I'm gonna make a save. This will probably be a two-node branch thing. Let's burn the mansion first. And then we'll burn the letter next. And then we'll check our percentages. Okay. Like the flames that engulfed the mansion that night, whispers quickly spread across Luxburn City after the incident. Officers who investigated it have simply deemed it an unfortunate accident, resulting in the deaths of innocent lives. Alright, what's this? Alright. Douse the place with alcohol, and I return to its original state. It's over. Regardless of the truth, Luke Wright files criminal charges against Briar Realty Corporation after, for undisclosed reasons to the public, forcing the latter to declare bankruptcy. A move that has merely stoked the rumors further. Okay, are we back? Alright, so he's gone. They're together. They're not friends. Mostly everybody's friends. Okay. So no new epilogue stuff, which is fine. And let's load that and just burn the letter this time. Let's clear all that up. Okay, when he goes here, I'm going to save so that we can look at our branching tree. I don't think anything else will save, but yeah, it's over again. So I'm just going to save there. Boop. And this should be the end. Because it's not like burning the letter or burning the mansion changes their affection for each other. All right. So that was that. Now, let's load it again. So we had a little bit of different stuff. What did that get us? Ooh, a nice zesty 28, huh? You love to see it. So Rebecca's at 77. Ashton actually caught up to 77. That's like a decent amount. Lukey boy, though, continuing to give me nothing but grief, I tell ya. I skipped a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I knew Ash's chapter was going to be pretty much the same, which is why I tried fiddling around with the affections between a couple of the characters. And that did give me a couple new things, which is grand. And, yeah, Luke was... I mean, basically until the end, there was nothing. And then at some point along here, I guess we went down. Some point. Alright, well, there you go. Alright, so a pretty uneventful run this time, which I was honestly expecting. But hey, it's been cleared off our to-do list, so there you guys go. Thank you very much for joining me. Next time, we'll be moving swiftly along to Zach being the only one dead, and that will change quite a bit of stuff, especially with our group of 4 friends. So I'm looking forward to increasing the percentages a little bit more, hopefully, next time. Fingers crossed. But that's it for me today, guys. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, I will see you later.